Welcome to our deep dive into the world of giants, those towering figures that have captured human imagination for centuries. We're talking beings that could pluck stars from the sky and use redwood trees as toothpicks. Okay, maybe not quite, but you get the idea. From ancient mythologies to modern interpretations, let's explore some fascinating facts about these colossal beings. We'll dig into the science, the myths, and the cultural impact of these larger-than-life legends. You know, when we look up at the night sky, we naturally find ourselves pondering the vastness of the universe. But long before telescopes and astrophysics, our ancestors did the same thing, only they told stories about it. And what better way to explain the unknown, the powerful, the terrifying, than with giants? Across the globe, from the icy plains of Norse mythology to the sun-drenched shores of ancient Greece, every culture seems to have its own giant tales. Take the Norse, for example.
They had the Jotnar, these primordial beings who embodied chaos and raw power, always tussling with the gods.
Then you've got the Greeks with their titans, like the mighty Atlas, condemned to hold up the heavens for all eternity.
And let's not forget the Cyclops, with their single giant eye, a staple in both Greek and Roman mythology.
These weren't just fairy tales, though. These stories served a purpose. They explained the unexplainable, gave reasons for earthquakes, floods, even the changing seasons. Giants were the embodiment of the awesome forces of nature, both beautiful and terrifying. Now, giants weren't always the bad guys. Sure, they could be fearsome foes, but they could also be wise, even helpful. Think about the Bhima, the strongman hero of the Indian epic, the Mahabharata. He used his strength to protect the weak and uphold justice.
And then there's the legend of Finn McCool, the giant from Irish mythology who built the Giant's Causeway, those incredible basalt columns, as stepping stones to Scotland.
See, giants represent the duality of nature itself. They can be destructive, chaotic, but also protective and even creative. They embody the raw power that humans both revere and fear. They remind us that we are but a small part of something much, much larger. And isn't that what makes a good story? That tension, that uncertainty, that feeling that anything is possible. The fascination with giants didn't end with ancient myths. Oh no! These colossal figures stomped their way right into our modern storytelling. Just look at J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth. Giants like Treebeard the Ent and the terrifying Shelob, a spider the size of a small island, added a whole new dimension to his world.
And who could forget Hagrid, the half-giant gamekeeper from the Harry Potter series? He showed us that giants could be gentle, even misunderstood.
Giants, with their sheer scale and power, offer writers a fantastic way to explore themes of good versus evil, the struggle against overwhelming odds, and the enduring power of hope. They add a sense of wonder and awe to any story, reminding us that there are still mysteries out there, things beyond our understanding. Chapter 4, Archaeological Discoveries.
Now you might be thinking, Neil, this is all fascinating, but is there any actual evidence of giants? Well, that's where things get really interesting. You see, throughout history, people have stumbled upon massive skeletons, much larger than any human. These discoveries fueled the belief in giants, and it's not hard to see why. Imagine finding a femur the size of a tree trunk. Ancient civilizations, lacking the tools and knowledge of modern paleontology, interpreted these finds as proof of giants. They wove them into their myths and legends, further solidifying the place of giants in their worldview. Of course, we now know that these massive bones belong to dinosaurs, extinct creatures that roamed the earth millions of years ago. But that doesn't make the stories any less fascinating, does it?
Chapter 5, Historical References. It's not just folklore and misidentified fossils that speak of giants. Ancient texts, those written records of civilizations past, also mention these colossal beings. The Bible, for instance, tells the tale of Goliath, the Philistine giant slain by a young David, armed with nothing but a sling and his faith. And let's not forget the Nephilim, a race of giants mentioned in the book of Genesis, said to be the offspring of angels and human women. These stories, passed down through generations, demonstrate the enduring fascination with giants across different cultures and time periods. They reflect a time when the line between myth and reality was blurred, a time when the world was full of mystery and wonder. Chapter 6. Physical characteristics. So, what did these giants look like? Well, the descriptions vary wildly depending on the culture and the story. Some giants were depicted as hulking humanoids, just scaled up to incredible proportions. Others had grotesque features, multiple heads, or even animalistic traits.
Take the Jotnar of Norse mythology, for example. They were often described as monstrous and grotesque, embodying the chaotic forces of nature.
Then you have the Greek Titans, who, while immense and powerful, were often depicted with more human-like features, albeit on a much grander scale. And let's not forget the Cyclops, with their single giant eye, a symbol of primal power and, let's face it, a bit unnerving.
The point is, the physical characteristics of giants were as diverse as the cultures that imagined them. They were reflections of the hopes, fears, and beliefs of the people who told their stories. Now, giants are more than just big, scary creatures in stories. They represent something deeper, something universal. Think about it. They embody the challenges we face in life, the obstacles that seem insurmountable. They represent the forces of nature that can overwhelm us, the unknown that fills us with both awe and terror. But here's the thing. Giants also represent the possibility of overcoming those challenges. Just like David facing Goliath, we too can find the strength and courage to face our fears and emerge victorious. The stories of giants remind us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, hope and ingenuity can prevail. They teach us that the human spirit, though small, is capable of great things.
Giants haven't gone anywhere, you know. They're still stomping around in our movies, our books, our video games. We're constantly reimagining them, finding new ways to be both terrified and inspired by them. Take the movie Pacific Rim, for example. Giant robots battling giant monsters from the sea. Talk about an epic clash of titans. Or how about the Attack on Titan anime series, where humanity huddles behind giant walls, fearing the monstrous humanoid giants that roam outside. These modern interpretations tap into our primal fear of the unknown, of being small and vulnerable in a vast and dangerous world. But they also celebrate our ingenuity, our courage, our ability to fight for survival against all odds.
Now, I'm a scientist, so I have to address the elephant, or should I say, the giant in the room. While giants make for fantastic stories, from a purely biological standpoint, they're highly unlikely. You see, the square-cube law dictates that as an object grows in size, its volume increases much faster than its surface area. This means that a creature the size of a giant would be crushed under its own weight. Its bones wouldn't be strong enough to support its massive bulk. But here's the thing. Science doesn't have to diminish the power of these stories. Mythology and folklore serve a different purpose. They reflect our shared human experience, our hopes, our fears, our attempts to make sense of the world around us. So, the next time you hear a story about a giant, whether it's a terrifying monster or a gentle protector, remember this. These tales have been passed down through generations, shaping our cultures and firing our imaginations. They remind us of the power of storytelling, of the enduring human need to explain the unexplainable, to find meaning in the face of the unknown. Giants, in all their larger-than-life glory, continue to captivate us, to challenge us, and to remind us that the world is full of wonder if we just know where to look. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, somewhere out there, in the vastness of the cosmos, there's a planet where giants truly do roam. Keep looking up, my friends, and never stop questioning, never stop exploring, and never stop imagining. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of giants. If you enjoyed this video, Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more fascinating insights into mythology and folklore. Remember, the universe is full of wonders, both real and imagined. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the spirit of curiosity alive. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of our world's rich storytelling traditions.